My name's Borenstein. From New Orleans.
And hope to
do it.
Dance floor pro.
One of my main inspirations is Square Pusher. He was a bank, he was a programmer, I believe, for a bank. So he's a computer programmer, and he was always a jazz bass player. And at like 35 or something, he started writing. The story he tells is that he was writing his own drum machine on his computer, and he started playing bass along with it. And that really spoke to me because, you know, I was always like a traditional, you know, I learned piano and guitar and everything, and I was really into the brutality to be harnessed in electronic music, and Square Pusher certainly did that. And he also seemed to really like work well on his own. Big influences, I mean, like, DJ Propa Bear is a guy locally, so when I first started going out and listening to DJs play, it would be at Hi-Ho Lounge, and he did an event, Basement Safari, and I would sit on the couch and just listen to him play records.
The word working has now been added to the Oxford Dictionary. Here's the definition they gave: to dance to popular music in a sexually provocative manner, involving thrusting hip movements and a low squatting stance.
Recently I feel like I went through a period of a couple years at least where I felt like success was the most numbers and the biggest show and the craziest party, and I feel like that didn't really satisfy me, and what had satisfied me the whole time was like making connections with other musicians and, like, you know, growing and not necessarily collaborating, but really seeing like people get inspired by working together and sharing, you know, back and forth ideas. You know, what I really want to focus on and what's really successful to me is, you know, making connection with other musicians and just artists in general. I started doing a project, Hermes, which is all about playing my dad's guitar. It's this old Gibson. I play it a lot, and that sort of brought me back to like learning piano again, because, you know, I'm trying to get back more into songwriting. What I'm working on a lot right now is practicing piano and guitar. What it helps a lot with is just my hand-eye coordination. The reason I'm doing it is it's helping my songwriting a lot. When I, you know, want to write music, if my muscle memory is really good on piano or on guitar, it's second nature to be able to write something more interesting. So what I'll do is I'll learn songs that I've, you know, always wanted to learn, and I study mathematically the music theory, and I'm really interested into that in a bunch of ways. It even helps with sound design if you really understand like things about music theory. Yeah, using my musical background and applying that to engineering and songwriting is, you know, really beneficial. And it's really opening me up to work with more people more easily, because, you know, I can respond really well to a situation where I'm working with a drummer or a rapper who has a lot of ideas, and I can really make something happen there. And that's like almost more comfortable for me sometimes. Rhythmically, I just respond well to having other people's rhythm there. You know, I really like, you know, programming beats and making stuff, but it's really great to like work with other people to, you know, have their other flavors and everything. Just talked to this girl, used to live, yeah, on my street. After all these years you're here, and you remember me. She said her old boyfriend packed up and headed back east, but she always knew someday he would go. She just got a new job, and she doubted it'll be her last. So let's take a drink and never think here's to the past. She said it's so funny how life runs out so fast. It's just another wasted day. A boring life in a boring town with the same old crowd. I used to say that I'd never stay, but I'm rotting here today with that same old crowd that's always been around. And I always thought I'd be the first to go. That same old crowd that brings me down. Another day in a boring town. That same old crowd that brings me down. A boring life in a boring town.